Hi there, this is Lena from Lena's Crafty Corner. I'm back with Rachel's weekly challenge. It's week 16. I've got my book page ready. I've timed at 40 minutes because that's when my camera goes off. So what I intend to do is when this hits 38, I'm going to start the challenge at 38 because I usually talk for a minute anyway and I lose some time. Then I flip the camera back over. Last time I only put it back on for 6 minutes. It should have, so I cheated myself. So it should have been 38, 7:45. So all I wanted to say really is what the title of it was, and I've had to write it down because I forget. Quick Masterboard made into hinged journal spots. And I'm actually ready to go, so when it's 39, so I will come back for 6. So we'll just get starting as soon as this hits. Yeah, so it was at 39, and then I will come back for 6 then. It's a bit of a faffy way to do it, but unfortunately the challenge is 45 and I only get 40 minutes, and I can't see when my camera goes off now. So I'm just digging from a box at the side with some bits on. I do need some pink in this because it's for, I think I'm going to use it for my wedding journal. So, oh, I like both sides of that paper. I'm not going to use that one. That was a great start. Right, let's have a bit of this. As I say, I don't want to overthink it too much. Everybody says that and then we overthink it. I'm going to put a piece down to connect these two first, just so that I get them done. Because otherwise they move about and it'll just frustrate me. So if I get the middle bit down first, I can work better that way. I'm very late in the week. I've left it till Saturday. I'll try and get it out on a Friday, but I'm having so many problems with my storage. If I want to do anything else other than this challenge, I've got no room for anything. It just won't let me take stuff off. So I'm having to faff about trying to get room from storage. Oh look, I haven't got that level. First thing I do when I haven't got it level, so let's just level that up. That's better. And I'm not leaving that full piece on because that'll get in the way. Yeah, so I'm going to put that bit down there. And then I might use that again a bit further up to connect the next two. I do want some of this. I love this. So, but I don't want outside edges. Let's have a look. Yeah, put a piece of that on there and a piece there. I try to work fast. It doesn't always work that way, but I try not to think too much about it because I think sometimes they turn out better when you don't give it too much thought. Not everybody does that. I mean, some people put a lot of, think about. If you're not on timer, then you can, but I would find I'm slow anyway, so I would find that I run out of time if I did too much thinking about it. And as I say, I'm doing a wedding album, so I'm adding some sort of new papers, some scrapbooking papers, as well as digitals. I am using quite a few digitals. Yeah, I like that. Actually, I like that side better. I'm just going to take off where I've just got that raw edge. That'll be a clean up. Whoops. Oh, I'm sticky and it just stuck to me, so. Yeah, I like that one. And then I'm going to put a piece of this one the other way up on this side because it's a double-sided piece. I should soon, from doing this challenge, I should soon have enough ephemera to actually start on the, you know, filling the journal. So I'm looking forward to that. This is just some vintage book page, and I've put, it's a dictionary actually, and I've just put some, you know, tested out some stamps for this journal. So I thought, oh, that's ideal. Brings a bit of pink in on the book journal, on the book page. Book journal. I'm losing my words terrible lately. Yep, I like that. What else have I got? Oh, I've got to have a bit of shorthand in here. Taking some of the plain edge off, and then can put that there. Oh, I like that side better. Yeah, I like that side better. It's got a bit more, it's a bit busier. I hope I've been in screen there. I tend to pull it towards me, and I'm changing as I say, I move the camera set up when I've not got the camera on, and then when I put it back on, depending on what size I'm doing, I find I'm struggling. Let's have a bit of this grey just in this corner. I'll just have a bit of that on there. Oh no, that's too short. I want a longer piece. Let's have a look. That will just have to go over a bit. I don't like it when it just all ends at the same place. I like to... Oh, again, I think I like that piece better. Yeah, I'm going to go with that on this side. I will use the other side as well. Oh, I'm always spoilt for choice when it's two-sided paper. I love two-sided, double-sided papers, but that's it. And then I'm just going to have a little bit of that there, like that. And let's have a look what else we've got. Oh, I've got some of this. It's just the first sheet of the book page, and I'm going to do a piece of this. This is a bit thicker, so it'll be nice there. And again, I just mopped up a bit of pink that was left on my desk when I was dyeing something. So actually, I'm going to put that there. Just change my mind. Let's have a look what else I've got. I'm dragging loads of bits out now. Oh, I've got some of this. Let's have a look. I like that one. I want something a bit more neutral there. We'll have a bit of this text. This book page is lovely text. Lovely and small. I don't know, there's just something about it I really like, so we'll have a bit of that. Just have a bit of that there. That's it. I go a bit quiet when I'm collaging, because I find collaging is just so relaxing. Actually, I'm going to put a bit of this up here, and I'm gonna, or down there even. Where do I want that? And I'm going to leave, I'm just going to take a bit of that edge off, but I want some of the yellow in, but I don't want the actual straight edge there. So, now I want it the right way up, so I'm going to do it in the middle. It's just as I'm coming to it, I'm thinking, oh, that can't get that, I can't get that. So, let's have a look. Let's get some more. I want some of this pink text in as well. And I got some already torn. I'm like, oh, it's a lovely bit here, look. I'm trying to make sure I hit the bin when I've got my recycle bag right behind me. And the other day I missed my bin and I had it all to pick up when I finished. So I'm trying to make sure I hit it today. Must have just been, I think it was a bit folded in, and when I turned round after the video, oh my goodness me, it's all over the floor. I get my floor in enough mess without throwing it on the floor. Yeah. Right, what else have we got? Let's have a look. Oh, that's pretty. We'll have some of this. What have we got here? We'll have a bit of that. Just tear that bit off. And I'm not keeping that little bit. So we'll put that little bit there. To do it on my book now. On my glue book that I'm still using. So this camera is so near my face, I can't get things in and out very well. It's I think today I'm creating a lot of shadow as well, which I'm not really, whoops, I'm not really comfortable with, but there's not a lot I can do really because I'm just getting used to the new setup. I am just going to put this other piece in here. I don't know how many pieces we did actually. So I'm going to put that down there to just do these two together. I think this will probably be all I need to do. I don't know. I don't know whether they did. Can't remember what Rachel did. Not that I'm going to get as many done as Rachel. But she's the queen of collagen, I think. In my eyes, anyway. She's very, very good. I do like her collagen. Goodness me. I like a bit of that, but I don't want that piece on if I'm going to have it that way on. Right, what else have I got? Oh, I haven't even done any music paper yet. Let's have a look. Oh, we've got a bit of this dark book page I'd like to put in. Let's have a bit of this real old vintage music paper, and we'll just have a little bit in that gap there for a start. Put that there, and we'll have another piece along here. I think we'll do that at the bottom. You noticed how I put it one place and then put it somewhere else. We're all doing the same thing, but we have different styles of how we do it. I've got different paper there, different music paper. I want to use a bit of this. Let's have a bit of this edge off. Could have done that before. Yeah. Grab that bit there. See, bear in mind when these cut down, the same piece won't be probably next, you know, you won't have two of the same pieces next to each other. So even though that's close to that, I don't think it's going to matter. Got a bit of my sort of doodling papers with my paints and my stencils. I'll have a bit of that on there. I'll have a bit more of that. Again, across that bottom there. I'm going to put that there because I didn't have enough. Wasn't concentrating on what I was doing. I've got some of this nice text. I'll have a bit of this along here. Oh, something's just fallen behind me. There's no wonder things fall behind me because I've got everything propped up. I've got my cutter ready to go behind me and it's propped on top of something else. Right, let's move that up here so we can see what we're doing. So let's have a bit more of this one. Move those bits out of the way. And we'll get one more ready to come in. I'm not sure whether I'm going to get time to do the fourth one, but we'll see. Have I covered everything so far? Yes, I have. Let's go for here then. So let's have a bit of this on here. I'm going to have to go back and use some of the same ones as I've used because, oh, I've got some of this under here. Oh, I'll have a bit of this. Let's have a bit of this one. There's lovely pretty rows on here. I'll have a bit of this. Right, let's go down that edge. See what I'm doing. Sorry, and I'm going to put that in there. It's quite a big piece actually. Oh, it's all stuck to my fingers. Doesn't help, you know, when you're trying to get on, and it's because I've had my glue, I've been putting my glue stick onto the paper I'm doing, and then I've been doing it on the bit of, still, I'm so used to just doing it where I am, I find it difficult. Oh, then I do that and get it all over. I am such a messy crafter, really am. Actually, I've got a bit of the book page stuck to that now, so that looks quite interesting. Quite like that. Right, I don't want any more of, well, I do want some more of that one, but not just. Let's tear a bit off ready. Just sort of putting bits back in. We'll have a bit more. What was I going to call this? So I'm having a real problem at the moment. Shorthand. Having a real problem at the moment getting my words. It's been happening for quite some time, so I do apologise if I sound like or I forget what I'm saying. I am having a few difficulties. Just explaining why not. It's just it's come to the stage now that we're noticing it a bit more, all of us. Everybody's laughed about it in the past, but we're just getting to the point that it maybe needs just a little bit more looking into. Because it's more apparent when I'm with my family and we're talking more, and, you know, people who know you and what have you. So we're just going to get it looked into. No, we're not making a big fuss about it. We're just... But I do apologise if you think I'm dithering with my words. I've listened back to my videos and it doesn't sound, you know, to us, because we know it gets worse than that. It doesn't sound too bad to me, but I don't know what other people, when other people hear it who don't know me. I just don't want it to put anybody off. Because I'm having a ball. Doing something I love doing. Sharing what we do is just wonderful. I think that's gone on askew whiff as anything else. Look at that. Concentrate, Lena, concentrate. I think what's happened is this is a bigger book page. That's why I'm struggling. And now, of course, I'm all stuck up, so I'm struggling even more now. Let's just put it to there. Oh, well, I will have to cut that one down. Oh, that's a bit inconvenient. There we go. That's what happens sometimes. I'll have to do that afterwards. I'm going to put that on there with that butterfly because I really like that, but I don't want to cover up anything I've already put on. So I'm going to do that there. Are you still able to see me? Let me just bring you in a bit more. No, I'm going to keep that somewhere else. Right, we're on. We need to get this sorted now because I've got the backings. Well, I've got them to cut down and then do the backings. So I've just got a little piece I want to put in there. So I'll have a bit of this text again. Goodness me, I'll decide which piece I want in a minute. Ooh. Throwing things about. I get stressed in that. Try to do things a bit quicker. Not a good idea. Right, a bit more music. Paper. Oh, this is nice. This is real busy. Let's have a bit of this. I like that. Oh, awesome. Bits of rubbish stuck to my page. So I like that. And I'm going to go with a piece of that down there. And then we'll have that piece there. straight edge on it. Let's have a look, see if I can get you back into camera again. I haven't moved my washi tape, so I'm hoping, well, if I'm not, you won't see this and I shall have to do another one. Which I don't have a lot of time to do 45 minutes all in one go. As I've said before, I do have other commitments that take up a lot of my time. Like a broken record, sorry. Right, we'll have a bit of this, a bit more of this grey in here. I think we'll go with the glitzy side this time. Can that fit in there? Yeah, I think it will. I'm just going to take a bit of this where I've actually torn it the wrong way and I've got the white showing. And I don't want that. Oh, there we go. And we'll do that way. And then the next bit is the bit I dislike the most, and that's cutting my papers while they're still wet. I find that really difficult. I don't know why I do, but I do. Doing the other side of that piece of paper that I had. I'll put that onto there, like that. And then I've got a piece of this again that I had, so I'm actually going to cut this down just with my scissors, because it's the end, the last piece that I'm going to do, and so I'm not going to use that, because I'm going to be trimming it down anyway. I'll put it further than the book page, so it won't matter. I do like the torn edge, but I'm all stuck up and I'm struggling to tear the papers. I really need to just get a wipe, which I will do in a minute when I've got this finished. Right, let's see what else we've got. I think we could do with a bit of this in here, in that gap there. Just take that edge off and put that in there, yeah. Put that in there. I've just realised have I got any more? No, what's that one? We'll have a piece of this on this corner. Just got a corner piece that's been left on here, so we'll have that just on this side. So I think I've done 4 pieces. I don't know whether I should have done 4 or I'm not sure. I don't suppose I'll get them all sorted, but we'll see. We will see. Right, I'm going to have a piece of this. And I want that piece there like that. Oh, put that there, and put that piece there. In fact, no, I'm going to, I don't know where that piece was, I've just seen, I'm going to waste time now looking at where it is. I wanted a piece of this along this top. and I'm just going to put that to there. I don't think it needs to come down quite as far, so I'll trim another piece off. I think I've covered it all. Hopefully I have. Yep. I think this is my last piece. Oh, I've just decided I like that better now. Yeah, I like... No, I think that's... No, that side goes better first. I just saw some real pretty lace on this and thought, oh, that would look right, but it clashes a little bit, so... As much as I don't mind bringing some colours in. Right, so that's that piece all done. So just make sure you did see it in case some of it I wasn't on the camera for. So that's what we're dealing with. Right, I'm just going to scoop up all my papers out the way. Get my fabrics ready. And some of my backing papers have been at the side there, so I'll have those ready to go. And I think do we cut them down? Oh no, I can't remember. I think we cut it down, didn't we, before we... Oh, cut it down. Well, that's the way I'm going to have to do it, because I can't remember. Cut it down and then back them. Yeah, we did, because... Yeah, that's right. So I'm just going to look at what size. I want one bigger than the other. So I'm going to do one at 4. I'm going to cut one there, one at 4. In fact, I'm going to do a few 4s first, just because I'm not going to put the same to the same. I'm going to mix them. So I'm going to do three 4s. We'll go from this end as well. So we'll do that 3 4s like that. And then I'll do some 3s from this end. So I'll do it upside down to get my... Oh, that's a bit, that looks really uneven there. Let me just see if I can even that off, as I'm not going to be able to do anything. No, I'm going to have to do it this way. That's not going to work for me. I'm uneven, so I can't do it. So I'm going to do 3 there. Put some piles of 3. Ooh. Just that I wanted to do. That's the magnet on my watch clicking on this board with it being metal. It really gets me. It annoys me. Another 4. Another 3. I think I need 2 more 3s. I hope they're even. Another... let's have a look. Another 3. Sorry, I was distracted then. Another 3. And then I want a 4. Actually, I'm going to go less because I don't want to cut the word vintage up. And then I'm going to do 4 here. And I've just got a little bit left. So get rid of that. Let's see. We're not going to get much more done, are we? We're not going to get all those. Right, so I just need to put some 4s out. And so that one's quite plain, so I'm going to put it with a patterned one. That one's quite plain, so I'm going to put it with that one. And then I don't think the others really matter because I think they're all... So I'm just going to do whatever now. That's fine. And as I work on them and cut them, I'll just trim them off. So I'm not picking any in particular. I'm just going to trim where I've got the edges over here for a start. Then I can bring the trimmer back in. Right, so first one. I'll use this as my backing paper. It's quite busy in the background, but you can still write on there if you wanted. I really like this backing paper. So I am going to put that to that. It's just one I've put together with all my laces and what have you. Now, what did we do? We glued them with the space. Yeah, we did. Just trying to remember. That's it. Get that as near to there as I can. Ooh. That's it. And I think I like it better that way. Not too much of a gap. See, I cut this down and then that one's a bit different length, but I'll be able to trim them off, I assume, when I've backed them, and should be able to trim them off. I must remember I've got to put some tabs on. I shall forget my tabs. I'd forgotten all about the tabs. It was only when I saw Tina put her tabs on I thought, oh, didn't realise Rachel had put a tab on. But just cut that off and then I can sort that out. It's a bit more collagen. And then we just want the fabric on here, don't we? Yeah, so let's get the fabric out. And let's find some fabrics. Oh, that's a pretty one. Let's have a look. Do I like that one? I haven't got time to really mess about. Oh no, I like that one better. Don't need all that though, do I? Let's have a bit off there. Of this pretty pinstripe one down that middle. Oh, my glues. A right mess. Right, I've only got 38 minutes left on my screen, on my actual camera. A little bit longer on my... I didn't work out that really properly then, did I? So I will have to try and keep an eye, because we've only got 38 seconds left. And that's that one. And then I just need to sort this out a bit. And as I say, it's not my favourite thing, cutting when the glue's wet. It's not something I like doing. But I'm having to do that. Now, I don't know where I've put all my tabs, and I don't want to have to start making tabs. Have I got any in here? Oh, I might have some in here. These are still very wet, but I'm going to try and... so I'm putting 6 minutes yeah, 6 minutes, 39, 6 minutes. And I'm just going to try and straighten these up, even though they're wet. It's one thing I don't like doing. I find I make a right mess of it, but I'll do my best. So I wouldn't normally, I wasn't doing it on the camera. And then I've just got to put, I didn't get as far as putting a, so I'm going to put one of these on there. So I'm going to use our glitter glue for this. And I'm just going to go along that bottom. I'm sorry, Oscar has decided there's something out there annoying him. Don't know what. Right, I've got a bit of glitter glue on that piece, so it's going to stick to my scissors. Never mind. There we go. Just so that's the inside of that one, and then that's the outside. I probably would come back and put a bit of something on as a focal point on that one. I'm not quite sure. I do like it. I like the candy stripe pink. I like the back, but I better get on and do another one, aren't I? I'm messing about and I've only got 4 minutes left, would you believe? So, going to just glue this one down. That's it. And get that one down to there. That's it. Oh, surprising how quick your time goes, because my husband will say to me sometimes, you've been in there ages. Not that he minds, but you know, you get carried away in there, and I think I haven't been there very long at all. But then when I realise how little I get done in 45 minutes, I obviously have been a while. I mean, I just get lost in the craft. I really do. I'm not going to say I don't, because I do. Right, move that out of the way. And then I am just going to, I've got some of this real nice old piece of, well, it was a real old vintage napkin. Lovely and lacy, but it was all torn on the lace. So. And then I've just coffee dyed a bit of it. I'm going to leave a bit of length. I'm going to find that difficult though, if that needs, I wonder if, even though this is going to take my time, I'm just going to try and straighten this one up. Oh, excuse me, that was really noisy. I'm going to try and straighten this bottom edge up just before, if I can, so that I can leave a little bit. In fact, I'm going to try and do them all. Hopefully. I don't do very well with scissors trying to do straight edges anyway, so we'll get it cut down. Then we know it's done. That's it. Oh. So we want it that way. Let's move those bits out of the way. We just want the Fabri-Tac down this bit. And I literally just want to keep a bit of length on this one. I do really like that. Oops. Right, so that's that bit done with that length left on. The lovely papers inside. And I just want one of these, and I'm going to put, do I want a rose on there? No. I mean, as if I've got time to really mess about. I haven't, but I'm messing about. Don't like any of them. I'll go with one of these. There we go. I'm going to put this on and then call it finished, because I was faffing about and I do have to turn the camera on and off. Excuse me. So that's 2 complete. That's not very good, is it? Well, there you go. I do like them though. They're pretty. Let's have a look. Let's get them back. So I probably made too long a thing in the first place. I probably should have only done 3 book pages. Should have worked it out, shouldn't I? That I wouldn't have got 4 done. Anyway, I enjoyed it. So these are all the ones that I didn't get done. So what have I got left? I've got 3 more to do. Oh, so that's something for me to do. And these are the 2 that I completed. This one was with one of my papers on the inside, and I used a book page as a tab on that one. They are really cute. This one, I've got the word vintage on the back and some vintage lace on there. I like that. And this is Rachel's paper. I've got that paper upside down. Oh well, I like it. I like it as it is. So they're the 2 that I managed to complete in the challenge, and I've really enjoyed doing it. I hope you enjoyed watching, and I'll be back to you shortly. In the meantime, keep safe. Bye for now.